This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Hunt versus Dixon. You all are married, you've been together for 5 years, you have a large family, and Mr. Hunt, allegations of cheating are tearing apart your relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Right. You've brought your wife to court today. Tell us why.
I need to know if she's cheating on me. I have concerns if my daughter is mine. I need to sleep at night. I don't have there's no peace in my mind. I need answers.
So, Mr. Hunt, when you say you're not sleeping at night, tell me what that looks like. What is going on?
I'm just up wondering, like, what's the next move? Like, is it all in my head? Is it going on again? Because this wouldn't be the first time, so is it happening again? And I can't sleep.
Again?
Yes.
You said again?
Yes.
So you've been through this?
Yes.
Ms. Dixon, you know how your husband feels. What do you want to prove today?
That I'm not doing anything. Like, I mean, I know I messed up in the past, but people change.
That happened in the past, but
that's
since that time,
I'm trying to move forward.
You're moving forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, what happened in the past?
I come home, I actually have,
You actually brought an exhibit,
yes,
correct?
yes.
Would you step over to the plasma?
Okay. Well, a little bit off screen, the bus lets me off, and I walk down to our apartment. At this time, there was no other cars parked there. There was only one that I really didn't pay attention to. So I go upstairs, I knock on the door, I go in, and I realize that she's not there. So I asked my children at the time, where's your mother? All they could tell me was that she left in a car. Okay, and the only car was there at the time was the one, like I said, downstairs. Well, I go downstairs, and I knock on the car, and that's when I find my wife cheating with another guy.
You walk up to a car outside of your home and find your wife having sex with another man in that car.
Yes.
All right, step back to your podium.
I mean, in the parking lot. Now, you know, a lot of people...
Outside the house.
There'd have been broken glass, there'd have been a lot of...
Other stuff to go with that. All right, Miss Dixon,
Well,
why are you getting it on right outside the house where your kids are?
I was blatantly, really, deliberately disrespecting him. Like, I'm not even gonna lie or try to cover it up. He did his stuff like he never cheated, but he would run off. I wouldn't get no attention, you know what I mean? And so, I mean, I go and get it elsewhere, and that's the only way he paid attention to me. So, I mean, I acted out of spite. It didn't make me feel better afterwards.
When Mr. Cutler makes me mad, that happened only one time.
Okay.
That's not true. When Mr. Cutler makes me mad, I have to decide how I'm going to respond to what he's done. And so what I try to do is say, you're not gonna make me respond to you in a way that doesn't reflect the best Dana I can be. And that's the decision you have to make. And once you put your mind in that mindset, you don't care what he does, because you're gonna do the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. Now, Mr. Cutler, you don't make me mad that much.
I didn't think so.
So, were you not paying attention to your wife? I'm not saying that's a reason to cheat, but...
At the time, I really wasn't in the right, mind space, because when I met her at her birthday party a couple days later, and we had made an agreement that we're going out or anything, I let her and her kids at the time stay with me.
Okay, wait a minute. You met her at her birthday party?
Yes.
And you said 2 days later?
Like, yeah, 2-3 days later, yes.
She moves in with you with her kids?
Yes.
That's quick. It took us 7 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, we dated and were together 7 years before we got married. You all are moving in together.
With kids?
With kids.
4 kids? Mr. Cutler, 3 days into meeting you, I was like, I don't even know. Let alone moving in with you.
I was trying to figure out if I was gonna call you back.
What?
I did call you back.
You were trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
You were trying to figure that out?
I did. I called you back. I made the right choice.
You made the right choice.
Okay,
you made the right choice, but I can't believe you were even trying to think about it. Okay, so I gotta ask you this, Mr. Hunt. After catching your wife actually having sex with another man in a car, why did you take her back?
Because I really made the decision that I contribute to it. Like, I felt like the mind state that I was in mentally was a lot better than hers. I felt like I could have controlled the situation better, but instead of me actually, like, going to that level that I felt she needed and explaining that I was going through something, I just basically ran and not really catered to what she was going through. So I felt like I contribute to her cheating.
But are you blaming yourself for her cheating?
No, that's her action. I just felt like I was a part of it.
And so that's why you took her back?
Yes.
So when he took you back, what kind of promises did you make to him?
I promised him I would never sleep with nobody else. I would never look at nobody else because I only got eyes for him.
And you haven't cheated anymore?
No.
That's what you're telling him, and that's what you're telling this court?
Yes.
But Mr. Hunt, you brought a witness who says she is cheating. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, who have you brought with you?
My cousin, Akira Dews.
Okay.
Ms. Dew?
Would you stand, please?
Don't make no sense.
And tell me your name, please.
Akira Dews.
Okay, and what's your relationship to Mr. Hunt?
Mr. Hunt is my cousin.
Okay. And you have some information that Ms. Dixon is cheating?
Yes, she is cheating. She's been cheating.
Okay, what information do you have?
Okay. About 7 months ago, I go to their state where they live at in Missouri, and we go to the club. We're supposed to go to the little after party. She disappeared. Here she come an hour later to the after party walking in with some dude. I'm like, okay. He got his hands all on her back and stuff, but she said he was from her church.
She been trying to break us up from the beginning.
So I was like, okay.
Wait a minute. She's at the after party after the club with somebody from church.
An hour after the after party was already going on.
Did you come in with a friend?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, tell me about this. Tell me about this friend.
Okay. I had met him. He goes to my church.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he's not too friendly with me like that. So the whole part about his hand being on my back, she just put an extra on. She been trying to break us up from the beginning.
Okay, she walks in with a friend. That's not evidence of cheating, Miss
No, it's
Dew.
not.
Miss Dew.
She came in with her wig messed up and her eyelashes off. How you go out perfect and come back like,
Was your wig messed up and your lashes?
No.
Lashes was gone.
No.
Gone.
She's lying.
So y'all done gone out and she done gone out with somebody else and got busy, is what you're thinking.
Yes.
Aside from this incident, do you have any other evidence that supports that Miss Dixon is in fact cheating?
Oh yeah, recently she's been getting dressed up, but she's going to the store. She's getting dressed up wearing like nightclub
I do that
things.
for myself.
That's her favorite excuse. She's doing it for herself.
If you have a
She's doing it for herself. Okay. You need to dress up for yourself to go to the store to pick out milk. So how's that helping your self-esteem? You putting on a nightclub dress to go to the store for milk.
So you're suspicious when she leaves the house?
She comes back, and I try to kiss on her and everything like that. I reach down there and I realize that she doesn't have any panties on.
Okay, Miss Dixon, I gotta ask the question. You leave with panties, you come back without panties.
Yes.
What in the world makes that happen?
And the excuse she gives me is, she
my
started her
menstrual.
period and she had to take it off and throw it away.
Okay, I had went to the bathroom and I had started. I wasn't gonna keep the nasty panties on.
Oh, you threw them away. No, you gave them away is more like it.
I know he didn't.
And you think she gave away more than just the panties?
Yes.
Well, do you have any other evidence to support that Miss Dixon is cheating?
Yes, I have a wheelchair. My leg was broken.
All right, do you have photos there?
Yes.
Ron, would you please get those photos?
Thank you.
So your leg was broken, you're in a wheelchair.
Yes, and I have the wheelchair parked by my bed. It's not one of those wheelchairs where you can pop it off and pop it back on. You have to get a starbolt and like that. So I wake up one day and I go straight to my wheelchair and I realize the wheel's gone. And not only is the wheel's gone, she's gone. Not only is she's gone, her phone's off. She knows that I need her basically to get around the house. And
okay, wait a minute. I presume when you went to bed, the wheel was on there.
Yes.
And you didn't do it in your sleep, right?
Right.
Nope.
And you think she took the wheel off the wheelchair so that you couldn't come and find out where she is because she's out doing something she's not supposed to be doing?
Yes. I'm thinking it's close to my house that you might be doing this because otherwise I can't go that far. I can't wheelchair to the club. I can't do that. So it must be a neighbor or somebody that you don't want me to see. You don't want me to go to my front porch or things like that. That's things that I was wondering about.
I gotta ask a question. Miss Dixon, did you take the wheel off his wheelchair? Did you unscrew this thing?
No, I did not.
Did you see that the will was missing when you left?
No.
Where were you?
That's my question. Okay.
Where were you?
You didn't take the will off, but where were you?
I went to a friend's house.
What friend?
What friend?
She stayed right across the way from us. So...
And how long were you stuck in the house?
Up to like 7 to 8 o'clock at night.
He's exaggerating the situation.
Well, he's stranded. He's stranded there.
It may have felt like that long, but it wasn't that long.
This marriage is on the line because of all of these issues and this feeling that you have, Mr. Hunt, that your wife is cheating.
Yes.
The evidence we've heard thus far is this. 1, that she's cheated in the past. Number 2, that you are in a wheelchair, stuck, because the will was missing and you believe that she was gone 7 to 8 hours with some other man and she purposely did that to your wheelchair so you couldn't find her. The other piece of evidence is we have that your cousin went out with your wife. They end up at an after party and in comes your wife with another man with her hair turned around and her eyelashes missing.
It wasn't. She added that part on.
And don't forget,
You don't
all
gotta
of
lie,
this,
Kiki.
all of these allegations are making him believe that his daughter is not even his.
Oh, my goodness. And all of this together, there's been no peace in their home. And so you have come here to find out if your wife is cheating.
Yes.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call licensed polygraph examiner Kendall Scholl to determine, is she cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Scholl into the courtroom.
Scholl. Bring him to the monitor.
How are you, Mr. Scholl?
I'm great, Your Honor. Thank you.
You performed a polygraph examination on Miss Dixon, is this correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Would you, for the record, state your credentials?
I spent almost 30 years with the FBI in Washington, D.C. When I retired a few years ago, I was moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, where I opened up my own private investigative polygraph and security guard business.
And so you conducted the polygraph on Miss Dixon, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Miss Dixon was asked, when you returned home wearing no panties, did you have sexual intercourse with another man? What was Miss Dixon's response?
She said no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's only one.
Thank you.
That's only one. That's
Miss Dixon, I gotta tell you, I was unsure about that one. So, I mean, you look nervous. I felt nervous because that was a weird story. So glad to hear you were being truthful.
Ms. Dixon was asked, other than the one time you admitted to cheating during your marriage, have you had physical sexual contact with any man other than your husband? What was her response?
She said no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ms. Dixon,
Miss Dixon.
you have something you want to share?
I haven't did anything.
Well, the results indicate you were being deceptive when you answered that.
Okay,
Are you
I
being
don't know.
deceptive now?
No, I'm not.
We can lead you to the water, but we can't make you drink it. So be clear about that.
Ms. Dixon was asked, could your youngest daughter be fathered by someone other than your husband?
Your Honor, Miss Dixon made it an admission, and she said yes.
Didn't I tell you?
Ms. Dixon?
When he caught me, that was a year ago.
So, in fact, the man that he caught you with could be that child's father.
I don't think so. She looks
I didn't ask you what you thought. I asked you a yes or no question.
Yeah,
So it's possible.
yeah.
I have a direct line to Judge Lauren Lake, and this court is ordering you to appear before her to determine if Mr. Hunt is in fact the father of your 1-year-old daughter.
Okay, that's fine.
In terms of your relationship, what do you want to do?
I'm done. I can't do it no more.
Ms. Dixon, you have a good man because I think he loves you. He has to love you to put up what he's put up with. See, this thing about marriage, it's about your decisions. And you can't blame your spouse for how you choose to act.
Exactly.
And so you have to embrace, I messed up. And so I got to do my thing differently. So that's where you got to get with this stuff.
That's right.
Mr. Hunt, as you prepare to go to paternity court to get this issue figured out with your youngest daughter, you all are engaged. You've known each other since you were 7 years old. But today may be the last day of this relationship, depending on what happens here in this courtroom. Am I right, Mr. Lowe?
Correct.
All right. You've brought this case. Tell us why.
I believe that she's cheating on me. She's very secretive with her cell phone. She has passcodes that she changes. I have a passcode on mine. She knows the passcode to it.
I can see it all over your face. This is really hurting you.
Yes.
Tell me about how you feel thinking that your fiance is cheating.
It kills me.
Okay.
I'm a stay-at-home father with our kids. She goes to work.
So you're home keeping the home, she's working, but you think that sometimes there's something else going on, that she's not being true to you.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Meyer?
Ms. Meyer, your fiance says you're cheating on him.
That is not true. I did not cheat on him. I have not ever cheated on him. As far as my cell phone goes with the password on it, I'm just being petty. All he's got to do is ask to see my phone, and I'll let him see it.
And he doesn't ask, so you don't let him see it?
Nope.
Well, they say the hungry bird has to open his mouth, so...
I definitely do ask.
But you understand how you are fueling these suspicions that you're cheating on him.
I do. I'm just being petty.
So you admit that?
I admit it.
All right, well, the first step is admission, Mr. Cutler, so...
Let me make sure I got this straight. No. Let me make sure I got this straight. You all are engaged to be married, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you admit to being petty.
Yes.
That's not a good way to start a relationship.
No, I was not always petty. I started being petty. I mean, I believe in karma and I believe in revenge. So you want to be petty, I'm going to be petty right back.
Well, if you believe in being petty, if you believe in karma, if you believe in revenge, why shouldn't this court believe that you believe in cheating?
But there seems to be more than just pettiness going on here. Why do you believe that?
Up until last year, she was a stripper at a strip club. And she had told I went there one time to go pick her up.
Okay.
And she had told the bouncer that to not let me in and the manager because I asked to speak to the manager. In the meantime, while this is going on, I see her walk across to go to a champagne room, which these gentlemen pay $150, $200 to go in and get a private dance. And there's a curtain closed on there. Come on, I know what goes on behind the curtain. And I mean, there's no cameras back there. So you tell me, I mean.
And you know about the champagne room.
Sounds like you do. Tell me more about the champagne room.
Well, I'm just saying, just because that you go in the champagne room doesn't necessarily mean that there is sexual contact or sexual intercourse going on.
Amen. Amen.
You want to be very entertaining as a performer because the more engaged the club goers are, the more money you're gonna make.
Right.
And the more liquor that they're gonna buy, that's where the club makes their money.
You know, I am really intrigued by how you know so much about what goes on in the champagne room. But right now, we're here for Mr. Lowe and Ms. Meyer. So
that's a post-courtroom discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my attention to them for the moment. But I will say the problem is what Mr. Lowe's concern is that people are paying extra money to go into the champagne room for a reason.
Correct.
They're getting special attention.
Yes.
Of a sexual nature.
Yes.
And you think that's why she's going to the champagne room.
Exactly, yes.
And you believe she told them not to let you in?
No, they told me that she told them that.
So,
Ms. Meyer?
It's more than bubbles popping.
More than bubbles popping.
Let me just say there was an incident where I did tell my manager and the bouncer, do not let him in, because he had come in before. He used to come in all the time and watch me dance, but it started getting to the point where he would interrupt my dance. Now you're messing with my hustle. You're messing with my money.
Okay, but they can see dancing out on the floor. These people, according to Judge Cutler here, who's an expert, say these people are paying more money to go to the champagne room.
They're paying more money for privacy.
So
Can I show you, Your Honor? I have evidence. Can I show you what I do on the pole?
Show me what you do.
Okay.
Miss Meyer, I gotta tell you, I never thought I'd say in my courtroom, show me what you do on the pole, but, you know, who knows? How about that, Ron? Okay. Oh, well, all right.
And are you saying that's as sexual as it gets in the champagne room?
Yes. Okay. It doesn't go any further than that.
Okay, all right. Has there been anything else that makes you think that Miss Myers is cheating?
Absolutely. There's a sugar daddy that she has that buys her a $7,000 van or whatever, and anytime that she meets up with this sugar daddy, so to speak, I'm not allowed to go with, none of that kind of nature.
And you obviously think, what man is buying someone a $7,000 vehicle unless something's going on?
Exactly.
All right.
What man buys you a $7,000 vehicle?
You know, this is actually very absurd. This isn't even a question in the matter because he did buy me a vehicle,
same sugar
but
daddy?
he drives that vehicle. He gives me money, but I split that in half with him. This is absurd. I have nothing more to say about it.
The same.
Hold on, Mr. Lowe. Okay, so you admit getting the vehicle. You admit this person gives you money.
Are you sleeping with him?
No, no.
Because that sounds like he used the phrase sugar daddy. That's kind of what it sounds like.
If that was the case, then why is the same sugar daddy send you a text message with the text saying question mark?
Okay.
I did get a text that said that. I was sitting right next to him and showed him. I did not respond.
But here's the thing. You have a man who's bought you a vehicle who's asking, will you do oral sex? It sounds like he's now wanting something for the vehicle or the money you've been given.
Yeah, because I don't know many men who are going to pay $7,000 for, give a woman a $7,000 vehicle.
I do understand that, but, being a dancer, that's what we call regulars. We don't refer to them as sugar daddies. And he shouldn't be complaining because every time he met that sugar daddy, and he got half of everything I got. He was right there the entire time, and he drives the vehicle that I have also. Period.
So you're like, look, knowing you're enjoying the fruits of my labor, and so don't be complaining about it now.
Exactly.
But you're saying your fruits of your labor, that labor doesn't include sex?
No, absolutely not.
Mr. Lowe, are there any other men that you are concerned about?
There was this one time I had a family member shoot me a text message where she was supposed to be at work, asking me if I was next door to her house, and I said no. Why? She said, well, your vehicle's been next door to my house for a couple of hours, and so I shoot Ashley a message. I said, what are you doing? What are you up to? She said, well, I'm at work. Then she comes strolling back to the house. I said, where you been at? She's like, I just got off work, and that was the end of it, and I didn't bring it up until just here today. And it turned out that it was her friend.
Is this friend a guy or a woman?
He's a guy.
Do you think that she's having sex with this male friend?
Absolutely.
But has she been to this friend's house before?
Yes.
What is it about this friend?
Okay, because this same friend drinks beer, and I found a 6-pack of beer in our fridge. Whenever we had gotten into an argument, I had left for the weekend, let things cool down. I come back, there's a 6-pack of beer in my fridge.
And this is not a brand that you drink?
I don't drink at all.
Was the friend at your house?
Yes, he was. He was at my house, which, he's my friend. If he wants to come over, he can come over. He brought beer with him. I said, you could put it in my fridge. It was hot outside. You don't want it to get hot, put it in the fridge. Yes, I did go to his house and hang out with him, not during work, after work, and I had nothing to hide. We have GPS on each other's phone. He could track me the whole time. What was there to hide?
Okay.
But why did you tell Mr. Lowe that you were at work when you weren't?
No, I had just got off work. I did not tell him I was at work.
Do you remember him calling you while you were at the friend's house?
Yes.
Did you tell him on the phone that you were at the friend's house?
Yes, I did.
No.
Then you're saying no, that didn't happen?
Nope.
Have you been completely honest with Mr. Lowe about all of these issues? Have you been truthful with him?
For the most part.
Oh, for the most part. Well, what part have you not been truthful about?
And we're not gonna go into that.
Are you still stripping?
No.
How long ago did you stop stripping?
In December of 2018.
Okay. Has that helped the tensions in the home?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
All right, Mr. Cutler, I think we've heard enough.
And that's why this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner, Tommy Platt, to determine, is she cheating? Mr. Platt in.
Tommy Platt.
Mr. Platt, how are you today?
Wonderful, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing fine. Now, in addition to being a polygraph examiner, you also have a background in law enforcement. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Tell us about that.
I was a sergeant of investigations for over 15 years.
All right. Mr. Lowe has some real concerns about Ms. Meyer being unfaithful, and we've heard testimony about that. What did your team do in this case to investigate that?
Your Honor, we had an associate that went undercover posing as a woman coming to court because she was too being accused of cheating. Miss Meyer and my associate had small talk about why they were brought to court and the accusations made against them. There was plenty of back and forth conversation.
Was anything revealed?
Miss Meyer did admit something to my associate, and I have the tape here.
All right.
Do you think you guys would, like, the trust issues would still go if you were, like, still stripping?
Oh, yeah. The last time I did it was in March of this year, but he doesn't know. I hope they don't ask me that, because...
About you stripping?
Yeah. About this year, because he doesn't know that I did, and...
You stopped in March?
Mm-hmm. I danced from December to March, but he doesn't know.
Is that correct, Mr. Lowe? You didn't know?
I had no idea.
Miss Meyer, I point blank asked you about whether or not you were still stripping. Why did you lie?
Yeah,
I didn't think it mattered because between them time frames, we were actually split up.
But if it didn't matter, why did you lie?
I didn't want to start another argument.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you. That's the beauty of sitting up here. I don't have to argue with you.
Well, Mr. Lowe, were you all split up?
We weren't split up like
You
that.
were not?
We were like on like a break, I guess you could say. I had moved out or whatever, but we were still seeing each other. We have a child together. We were still communicating. We were still seeing, hanging out, stuff like that. I just wasn't living there.
Was your break such that you weren't supposed to be sleeping with other people?
Correct.
Is that your understanding?
No.
All right. So, Mr. Platt, you also conducted a lie detector test. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You asked Ms. Meyer, have you ever had sexual intercourse with the man your fiance, Mr. Lowe, believes is your, quote, sugar daddy? So what was her response?
Your Honor, she pled the fifth and refused to answer.
Ms. Meyer, you pled the fifth?
Yes.
You refused to answer on the grounds that your answer might incriminate you. That's what pleading the fifth is, and that's what you did, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you've been so forthcoming about everything else, you admitted. Why would you not answer that question?
Because it's absurd. There's nothing to talk about right there. Like, that's ridiculous that he would even say that. That actually makes me really angry and upset. So, I mean, I'm not answering anything about it.
But, Ms. Meyer, you came here to clear your name. You say that's absurd. That's not what this is about. That's exactly why we're here. That's what's going through his mind.
If you haven't done anything, there's nothing to hide.
Personal reasons.
You realize you have not helped yourself with this. You understand that, right?
Yes, I understand.
All right.
Well, we asked about the sugar daddy. Let's ask about the friend.
All right.
You asked Ms. Meyer, since the beginning of your relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with your guy friend whose beer your fiance saw in the refrigerator? What was her response to that question?
She stated no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive.
Why are you here?
He brought me here. Like,
do you want this relationship to work?
That was my next question.
In a way.
In a way?
Well,
when you say in a way, that means in a way you don't want to be in this relationship.
Mr. Lowe, You came here for answers. You're not getting them. How are you feeling?
I feel hurt. I feel kind of confused. I feel a lot of things, but I know one thing is that I'm walking away from this. You might as well just took a knife and hit me right here with it.
You get what you give.
I guess so.
And so, Ms. Meyer, you have no remorse about the fact that your relationship with Mr. Lowe may be over?
Nope.
I'm gonna go to you. Mr. Lowe, we have counseling available for you. You all have a child together. You are gonna have to co-parent and figure that out. And under this situation, I would tell you to moonwalk quickly out of this courtroom to your next life, okay? This is not where you wanna be. And you are beautiful on the outside, but the inside needs a lot of work.
You all have been together for about 7 years and you are living together, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Barnes, why have you brought your boyfriend to court today?
I found some things in Daryl's phone that makes me believe that he's cheating. And at this point, I just want answers.
What exactly do you want to prove today?
I want to prove to her that I'm not cheating, that I'm not a cheater, and I want to move on.
Do you love her?
Yes, I do. I really do.
And you love him?
I love him. Yes, I do. But actions are everything.
Well, that's true. What made you fall in love with him in the beginning?
We met kind of like in elementary school. I always had a crush on him. I always thought he was cute. I never said anything to him as a little girl, not till we got older.
So what made you like her?
Well, everything about Andrea, she's beautiful, intelligent, I've always liked her ever since I was, ever since we were younger.
So y'all never made a love connection when you were in grade school or younger?
No, we didn't really speak to each other.
How did you miss that?
I was always paying attention to her, you know what I mean? I had a crush on her,
They were okay. Just like how you were looking at me and wishing I'd give you the time of day. You remember? You probably don't remember. You remember?
I remember. Look, so when
we love going on amusement parks, on the roller coaster rides, I love seeing her scream and,
And he's taking me on a roller coaster ride like right now, so.
Oh, so different kind of amusement ride.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the current status of your relationship?
We live together. But our relationship is just in jeopardy. Like, just 2 weeks ago, I saw something going on in Daryl's phone, and I'm just like, how can we get married? How can we bring her, because we have a 2-year-old daughter. How can we get our situation right when there's infidelity?
What did you find in his phone?
Well, I have to show you what I found.
Ron, would you please get that for us?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago, I was doing my homework because I'm in graduate school, and this is my computer that I do my homework on every day, and Daryl knows this. I had a situation just fall into my lap, actually. I didn't go looking for her. I didn't go snooping or anything. I click on the internet. This is what I see.
Woo! What we're looking at is a exceedingly close-up view, like 1,000,000 pixels. Of a lady's private parts. And I mean, we looking right at the eye of the tiger. There is a second photo of a woman who is taking a nude photo from, like, in the mirror, so she's doing kind of a backwards.
Oh, yeah, like bend it over, right.
Looking over her shoulder.
Yeah.
So these are on your computer?
That was on my computer.
But you didn't take these pictures?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mine would look so much better.
Okay. All right. Mr. Washington, how did these photos get on your girlfriend's computer?
Your Honor,
you had somebody send them to you. Let's say
I
it.
request
You had somebody
those.
send them to you.
How do you know this woman who sent this photo?
She's from the same city as me. That's the only reason why I know her.
How did this particular woman happen to send you these particular photographs?
Well, I mean, I allowed her to. I mean, she sent it through Facebook.
And not only is he saying it to her, he's saying it to more people. Like, so.
All right, so what have you found specifically?
That was what I found 2 weeks ago, but I feel like our relationship started getting rocky about 2 years ago when I was pregnant. I started to notice a change, like in the 8th or 9th month, like.
What was the change?
The lock on the phone. He had never had a lock on it before. Like, I could pick up his phone and go through it, and there would be nothing. It was a time that actually could happen, like there would be nothing.
Did you go through his phone?
I didn't go through his phone till after I had my baby.
Okay.
So after I had my baby, she was about maybe 2 months. I went through his phone. I saw something about a young lady being pregnant.
Okay, so a friend was announcing her pregnancy, right?
But I'm like, why is she telling you her good news? Like, and our daughter is 60 days, like.
Yeah.
Who is this woman that is
sharing her good news
sharing her
with
pregnancy
you?
with you?
She's a friend that I've been knowing for quite a bit of time.
Okay, and what did this message say?
She actually saw me saying that that I was hoping that it wasn't mine.
You were hoping that it wasn't yours? So, you were sleeping with this woman?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she said she was pregnant?
Yes.
And you were hoping it wasn't yours?
Yes.
Okay, how did this relationship happen with this woman?
The relationships actually happened when she moved a family member inside of the house. We didn't have enough room inside the home, Your Honor. Like, it was too much.
All right, so is that person still living with you all?
No, that person only was with us 60 days.
So did you ever determine whether he was the father of the child?
No, because this is my boyfriend. I'm supposed to be able to take his word over anyone else. So if he's telling me, well, pacifying me, assuring me like this isn't my child, you know, then I just have to take his word for what it is.
So after all this, you let him come home and you all get back together?
Right.
And how was it when you got back together?
There was zero trust at that point, zero trust, but I needed help with my daughter. So at that point, it was for my daughter.
Is this the only sexually explicit photograph that you have received from another woman?
In the last 2 years?
Yes.
No.
No lingerie photos, no sexy photos?
Okay. You say yes, you say no.
I say no because I seen another one, my aunt, who asked with another young lady doing the same pose. I think he asked us for that pose.
That's
because it's another girl did the exact same pose that I found maybe like 6 months to a year ago.
How did you find that picture?
The phone happened to be open that particular day, and I just know something is in the phone because it's always locked. Like, it's always locked, it's always face down, you know. I know. I have never been able to prove that he has had extracurricular activities going on. But like I said, my intuition tells me I know when something is not right. But I mean, I just have no rock solid evidence.
She has found a few things.
Okay.
All right.
What few things has she found?
Like, you know,
no, we
sexually
don't.
explicit pictures.
Of who?
Different women.
Doing what?
Posing for him, like posing.
Posing.
Posing for you at your request?
Yes.
You have requested other women to pose for you and send you explicit photographs?
Not all.
1, 2, doesn't matter how many.
So you're admitting to her, these aren't the only two?
Right.
Confirming what I've already knew.
All right. Ms. Barnes, in addition to this love suit, you also have a lawsuit, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what is your claim?
It's about my cell phone. A guy called my phone, and I answered it. Daryl doesn't like what he hears because he hears a male's voice, and he just comes in the bathroom, takes my phone, and just slams it on the floor, like crushes it, basically.
Your Honor, that's not true.
All right. What happened, Mr. Washington?
The phone broke, but I didn't slam the phone.
The phone didn't break by itself?
He slammed it and shattered it.
How did it break?
Slapped it out of her hand.
So you slapped it out of her hand
and
onto the floor and it shattered?
Yes.
Yes, and I paid $300 for that phone, and I would like a reimbursement of that phone.
Mr. Washington, you admit that you caused the phone to hit the floor, is that correct?
Correct.
Unfortunately, you cannot destroy other people's property.
Because did I destroy yours when I seen that? No.
We're going to have to rule against you, Mr. Washington, and in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $300 since you're not disputing the amount. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Barnes, you say you just recently found sexually explicit photographs in his phone. Is
Yes,
that right?
that was all I was able to uncover because it was on my computer.
Because you had questions about what was in Mr. Washington's phone, the court has ordered him to submit his phone to the court for testing.
Okay.
And we will now call cybersecurity expert, Mr. Gregory Evans. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Evans into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Evans, how are you?
Fine, yourself?
Doing okay. Did you do an examination of Mr. Washington's phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What type of examination did you do?
We did a cell phone forensic examination where we go through the phone. We look for what's currently on the phone and what's also been deleted on the phone, such as text messages, pictures, videos, things of that sort.
And with respect to Mr. Washington's phone, what did you uncover?
Well, the first thing I uncovered within like minutes of being on the phone was this picture of this young lady. And this picture was sent, Your Honor, 4 days ago via iMessage on his phone.
Oh, can I see that, Your Honor?
Let me describe it for the court record. We are seeing a woman in a yellow thong taking a backwards picture again in the mirror.
His favorite, yeah. That's
of her
his
butt.
favorite.
Yeah, of her behind.
Yeah, that's his favorite, yeah.
Yeah, that's something right there.
All right.
What else
did you find?
Then I found that the defendant took this picture of his manhood, chitty chitty bang bang, whatever, right there. And that was taken.
I'll let you describe that one.
About a month ago, yes.
A month ago.
I'll let you describe that one.
Oh, wow.
Well, it is a picture of his privates, a very up close one. Mr. Washington, I'm gonna look at you differently from here on out. Did you send this photo to anybody?
Yes, I'm sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who did you send it to?
A friend.
A good friend?
What kind of friend?
It wasn't your girlfriend.
No.
You sent it to one of your boys?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Okay. What friend did you send it to?
An ex-friend.
An ex-girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone you had a relationship with?
Yes.
Why?
If she's seen it before, why are you sending her a refresher?
Because of the status of our relationship.
Whose relationship?
Me and hers.
So you just sending out feelers, no pun intended, to other folks because you think this is going bad.
But at the same note, when I presented him with the information I found 2 weeks ago, his response is, let's just forget everything and just get married.
Okay, but now I can't let him off that easy. Why are you sending these pictures to anybody? Other women, why?
Like I said, we've been having a rocky relationship, you know.
Okay, when people have rocky relationships...
I haven't been really satisfied lately like I need to be.
Do you think a woman wants to satisfy you when you're doing this kind of stuff?
Exactly.
I mean, for real. That is an unrealistic expectation.
Exactly.
Ms. Barnes, what's going through your mind right now?
Confirmation of what I've already suspected. I mean, I'm trying to keep myself together.
Mr. Evans, please tell me this is it. That there's nothing else. But you look like there's something else. Okay, what else you got?
Sorry, bro. I uncovered 3 photos sent to his cell phone 2 weeks ago.
All right, this is 3 photographs.
Those 3 were sent from the exact same phone number to his phone, from the same person.
So the first picture appears to be him with a woman on his lap in what looks like a hotel room.
The picture is old. The picture is old.
All right, so we got another picture, same woman. You're giving a kiss on the cheek. And then the last one, you giving her, it's a lip lock.
Years like what? Huh?
Okay, so is this the woman you sent the special picture of you to?
Yes. Yes, Your
So y'all sending back fond memories to each other?
Fond memories.
Why in the world is this happening?
And furthermore, how could you say that you want to be with me and marry me and be a family? And, you know, and this has probably been going on for the past 2 years, off top, really.
Look at him and tell him exactly how you feel.
I'm hurt, you know that? To my core, you know? And you know that I don't even express, you know, feelings and all that, like, too well, you know? But you already know. You know.
I understand.
He knows.
So, Mr. Washington, what is the relationship with this woman in the picture?
I have no relationship with any of those women.
You got some relationship if you sending them pictures of your manhood.
I have no relationship with those women.
So you just send pictures out to random people with whom you have no relationship?
No. Why were those pictures sent to you 2 weeks ago?
We got back in touch somehow.
Somehow? Who initiated the contact 2 weeks ago?
Admit it. If you did it.
Probably me.
Probably you?
Yeah.
Your Honor, he told me yesterday, I'm scared you're gonna leave me.
Well, you should be scared.
She's been texting guys too, though, so it's like.
No, don't deflect. This is on you. I mean, in this relationship, I mean, you have given her every reason now not to trust you.
Right.
Exactly.
You've given her every reason to try to find somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ms. Barnes, in light of everything we've had here today, what do you want to do?
At this point, Ms. Judge, I'm gonna have to marinate on it because I really don't know. I want my daughter to have her dad. I never want to take her away from him. But at this point with us, I mean, I just don't know.
You can marinate all you want, but you deserve a much better meal than this.
You're right.